Hi there. I'm just wanting to try a little video. I'm wanting to talk about counterintelligence. And sometimes I actually go on Google. And, I like a picture with what I'm posting about. Something associated with it. And when I go on Google, I don't advertise myself. And I find loads of information on myself on Google on counterintelligence that I've spoken about, videos and different stuff, and that tells you how relentless I am on this. And like I say, I don't read books. I don't follow things up. The only thing I do is when I get information, I see what other people are saying about it, and I found out this awakening stuff that I've went through ever since stage 24, that it's almost like common knowledge now. The global awakening has happened everywhere. When I first had the information, I didn't have a clue. So you could imagine what I thought. I was worried. I thought that I was crazy. I thought that I was tapping into someone or experiencing something that no one else was experiencing. But it turns out that the planet is going through a global shift, you see, of consciousness, where we're returning to our natural state, which is infinite abundance. At your natural state. And counterintelligence is something, I get, this kind of psychic intelligence has been used against people to manipulate you. Counterintelligence is presenting to you an image consciously you're not aware of, but subconsciously it's presenting you something, and the message is stay asleep, stay asleep, stay asleep, obey, 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 conform, conform. And that's the message that is being projected. But when you're asleep, the whole point is that you can't notice. And this is when counterintelligence can really work. And this is what they do. And it can be, and this is the system's mantra for controlling you. When I had this awakening, it was very easy for me to work out how they controlled people, because I just worked out, okay, so if we thought like this before, then all you do is you change someone's way of thinking, and then they have a different experience. That's all it is. You change your thinking, you change the whole experience. That's what I learned from this awakening. So that's all they did. So it must have been like a couple of psychopaths got an idea to do something, but they don't understand that that was a counterintelligence operation against them by the divine consciousness. See, the divine consciousness, the divine infinite source of everything, is every street corner. So it knows the best outcome. So everything's basically a fairy tale, and it coordinates it perfectly for everyone. And that's the thing. And these people that think that they were getting off on something or whatever, the game was being played against them. But that's a path they're meant to go down as well. Everything is divine. Because the source of all life is infinity of all life. Therefore, like I say, the word nice is what I say is that it's like me staying somewhere and knowing all the best routes to places. You're going to know the best shortcuts and the best way for everyone. So that's like the divine consciousness. And that's what the counterintelligence. If you're going to control a society, that's got to be your mantra. It's got to be that. And of course, this power that I'm tapping into is within everyone. Law of oneness is how you access that. You look at everything as one, authentically. So every time you feel negative, understand it's an unhealed part within you. Whenever we feel negative, it is not actually the world's fault. The outside world is there to expose your unhealed parts. That's why some people feel annoyed for no reason, because it's a reflection of yourself that hasn't healed yet. So basically, how you heal is, like I say, authentically. Every time that happens, understand that's an unhealed part. Feel your feelings. Law of oneness, in a sense, is basically feeling your feelings and facing yourself, basically facing your reflections and feeling everything and understanding that it's all one thing. Because life manifestation, like I say, is just oneness and love from an infinite jewel. That's what I experience all the time. I experience an infinite jewel. And that's what the infinity of life is. It's like an infinite divine relationship that is infinite. It's an infinite jewel. And if you look around you, you'll always see there's always a two. There's always a jewel going on. If you look anywhere, doesn't matter what you're looking at. And this jewel is the oneness, is the infinite oneness, and is the reason for all infinity of life. It's like if you look at the sky, there's all these birds, there's different colours, different shades, but it's all from one infinite sky. That's oneness. And that's basically what this awakening is sending us all back. A oneness collective consciousness. We've got to understand it's an infinity of power that we are, you see. That's what, and God is merely just an infinite consciousness. But people, religious, psychopathic people, who judge people, if you see them, they judge people with a certain characteristic. And they talk about the devil. They've never seen him or her, whoever the devil is. And yet they act like that. If you don't believe in what they believe, then they're crazy. You know, even though, you know, religion is based on stories, not facts. It's based on stories, not facts. I repeat that again, religion is based on stories, not facts. And that's what it is. And, you know, you see these people and they stand in the street and they try and force people to believe something, but it's just a book you're reading from. How can, within an infinity, even mainstream science will tell you that we pick up a tiny fraction of the mass matter, they call it. I call it infinity. So how can a little book, within that little fraction that we're picking up, that's what the book is, it's part of that tiny little amount of frequency. How can that determine everything? You could be, you know, the greatest light being in the world. You could be a 20-foot light being, right? It's still, you still know nothing within an infinity. Because if it's infinity of knowledge, you can only know nothing. And what I've learned from this path is it's an innocence that attracts this information. Like law of abundance. Law of abundance and attracting infinite information is about understanding that you know nothing. Nothingness attracts everything, you see. That's where everything is, actually. It's within nothingness. And that's why you've got, you know, some people that aren't spiritually awakened, where they read lots, they've read a book and they think, oh, I can make a business out of this. But they're not under, they've just like seen a spiritual ascension journey, went for the joy. But if you go for the joy and not experience the hard things that we have to go through, then you end up creating and getting your clients to believe that they can have joy but without ascension. And it's not a good thing, because when you're doing that, people are chasing things and then they're going to be disappointed, because at some stage you don't get what you want, you see. You know, that's what the system wants. The system wants spirituality this way. Because then at some stage, you know, because when you lose in life, that's a part of abundance, you see. Right? It's all about accepting all as one. That's oneness. Oneness just isn't the joy things, it's the acceptance for everything. But that's the thing, and it's ignorance that's doing this. It's people that haven't had a big spiritual awakening, and ignorance, and this needs to correct itself, otherwise people are going to get hurt, you see. And I'm meant to say this because of the global awakening, you see. The divine consciousness has arranged these people to make the mistakes so that I come out to here and say it. I wouldn't be able to say it if the mistake hadn't been there. You see what I mean? About that everything's a fairy tale. You have to have the bad for the good to happen. It's like a film, you know. You have to have the bad characters and the good characters. And everything, like I say, is a movie. And I witness this all the time. But anyway, if you're watching, you're meant to watch it. Everything falls to divine order and divine timing. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.